Morning isn't routine, it's a spark. The first words you whisper can ignite your whole day. Before the world gets a chance to define you, to drain your energy, speak power into your soul. Take a breath, feel it filling your chest like the morning sun spilling over a quiet mountain valley. Mornings aren't just routines, they are small awakenings, tiny resurrections that shape the tone of your day before anyone else can. Every sunrise is a chance to rewrite the story you'll live today. The words you whisper in those first moments are not just thoughts, they are seeds. And these 7 affirmations, these subtle, intentional whispers, are not empty promises. They are activations. Each one ignites a part of your inner strength you may have forgotten, a part that has been patiently waiting for you to remember it. Think for a moment. What if the voice you use in the morning could become your compass, guiding your choices even through chaos? Imagine speaking to yourself with clarity, not doubt, with courage, not fear. Even the smallest acknowledgement of your inner power can ripple across your day, transforming mundane actions into deliberate steps toward the life you truly want. The magic of these affirmations is that they do not demand belief, they invite presence. You don't have to chant them perfectly or feel every word at first. Simply pausing, speaking to yourself with intention, listening to your own voice is a meditation in motion. This is modern Zen, not escaping life, but fully stepping into it moment by moment. And here's the secret most people overlook. Mornings are not just about starting a day. They are about reclaiming your authority over your inner world. In these moments before the outside noise begins, you become the storm and the calm. You set the rhythm of your energy, not react to the rhythm the world imposes. So as the sun rises and shadows fade, you stand with intention, speaking softly yet powerfully. You are not here to simply survive the day. You are here to create it, to command it, to transform it. These 7 affirmations are your quiet allies, whispering reminders of your resilience, your wisdom, your capacity to rise. Each one is a small act of courage, a declaration that you will carry your inner light forward no matter what. Ask yourself, if today could be the day you start speaking from your true power, not from hesitation or past pain, what would change? And what if that change began with just 7 sentences, 7 affirmations, spoken quietly but deliberately in the first 10 minutes of your morning? This is the moment when your ordinary morning becomes extraordinary. This is the start of a life transformed, from the inside out. Today, let's begin with a lesson that is quiet but undeniable, the silent power of being. Before anyone else can judge, define, or try to limit you, the mere act of existing, breathing, showing up, choosing, is already a proof of your strength. And in this video, we're going to explore why your presence alone can transform not only your life, but the energy around you. Have you ever noticed how some people just walk into a room and everything feels different? That's not luck or charm. That's the power of presence. The small, consistent act of showing up fully, without explanation or justification, carries weight. Every scar, every trial, every quiet victory you've experienced is a signature of resilience. No applause is needed. No permission is required. Your existence itself is your validation. Think about your own life. How often have you waited for others to see your worth or give you space? Shi Heng Yi teaches us that waiting isn't necessary. Simply existing, fully aware and aligned, creates influence. The energy you radiate touches people subtly, shifting moods, inspiring clarity, and inviting others to rise alongside you. Your presence challenges mediocrity. It does not compete, it simply transforms. Even when life seems unappreciative, even when others overlook you, the silent force within you remains. It cannot be copied. It cannot be replaced. You cannot be replicated. Your presence is your unique signature on the world, an indelible mark of endurance, growth, and authenticity. The more you honor it, the stronger it becomes. Imagine entering spaces where uncertainty or distraction reign, yet your calm, grounded energy gently changes the room. That is the subtle yet extraordinary power of simply being fully present. How do we cultivate this? By choice. Every morning before the world's noise begins, you have the opportunity to claim your space, your energy, your voice. You choose to exist fully, to rise intentionally, and to act from alignment rather than reaction. This is not arrogance, it is sovereignty. It is the quiet power of someone who understands that life cannot define them unless they allow it. Even in stillness, your presence communicates. A smile, a glance, a simple acknowledgement of another's existence sends ripples. When you recognize the influence of your presence, you stop shrinking to fit others' expectations. You stop dimming your light to be accepted. You step into the room not seeking permission, but radiating alignment. You become magnetic because you are real. You become an anchor because you are grounded. And this is why today we start with this first lesson, the silent power of being, why your presence speaks volumes. By the end of this section, you will see that simply showing up, fully aware of yourself, and trusting your existence is one of the most radical acts of empowerment you can practice. Each day, your presence has the potential to not only transform your own energy, but also influence the spaces, people, and experiences around you. Let's explore this lesson together and realize that simply being fully present, even in silence, is one of the most powerful statements you can make, demonstrating your resilience and your true value. When you embrace this power, every step you take, every breath you draw, becomes proof of the energy and will you bring into the world. As we've seen, the simple act of being fully present carries an unspoken power that changes the energy around us. Now let's take the next step and explore how we can let our words themselves become instruments of strength. Lesson 2, Speaking from Power. Not pain today, I choose to speak from power, not from the shadows of my past. It's a subtle but profound shift, the choice to no longer let pain dictate the tone of my voice or the direction of my thoughts. For too long, our wounds, our disappointments, or our failures whisper in our ears, convincing us that our value is measured by the echoes of suffering. But what if we decided right now that our words could become a force for liberation instead of a chain holding us to yesterday? Speaking from power means trusting our inner wisdom more than the memories of hurt. It's an intentional pause before we speak, a moment to ask ourselves, am I letting old pain lead this conversation, or am I guiding it with clarity? Every word spoken from pain carries the weight of doubt, regret, or fear. Every word spoken from power resonates with confidence, clarity, and a grounded sense of self. Imagine waking up every morning and declaring to yourself, today I speak from strength, not from what has hurt me. This is not just a mantra, it's a commitment to reclaim your narrative. The past may have written chapters of struggle, but it does not hold the pen for your future. By speaking from power, we redefine our reality, creating space for growth, understanding, and connection that pain alone could never build. When we speak from power, we no longer seek validation or apologies for our existence. We let go of the need to explain ourselves to those who may never understand. Instead, we focus on articulating our direction, our vision, our intentions. Conversations become bridges, not battlegrounds. Our voice becomes a tool for creating, connecting, and inspiring, rather than a reflection of fear or hurt. This approach does not mean ignoring the lessons of suffering. Rather, it transforms them into guides for action. Pain is acknowledged, honored even, but it does not dominate our speech or dictate our choices. By consciously speaking from power, we free ourselves from the invisible chains of past regrets and open the door to leadership, influence, and authentic connection. Take a moment to visualize this. Each sentence you speak, each response you offer, each assertion of self is a spark. It can either ignite the shadow of old wounds or illuminate the path of your highest potential. When we choose the latter, we embody strength, resilience, and clarity in every interaction, every decision, every moment. Even in moments of frustration, anger, or fear, speaking from power gives us control over the energy we project. It allows us to pause before reacting, to redirect our thoughts from self-doubt to self-assurance. Over time, this practice becomes second nature. Pain no longer hijacks our voice. Instead, our words echo the values, clarity, and purpose we wish to embody. In life, this lesson is transformative. Relationships improve because we speak with intention, not reactivity. Decisions become clearer because they are rooted in a grounded understanding of our goals rather than emotional impulses. And most importantly, We reclaim ownership of our story, asserting that while pain may have been part of the journey, it does not define the destination. So today and every day, let us remind ourselves, the words we choose are not mere sounds. They are declarations of who we are becoming. We move from speaking about pain to declaring our direction. We shift from reacting to circumstances to creating outcomes. And in doing so, we discover the quiet, unwavering power that exists in every syllable, every pause, every intention we express. This is lesson 2, speaking from power, not pain. By embracing it, we step into a life where our voice is our ally, not our burden, where clarity triumphs over confusion, and where our energy radiates confidence, resilience, and profound inner strength. Let this be the foundation for everything we do today, tomorrow, and beyond. And once we have learned to speak from power rather than pain, the next step is to turn that energy into deliberate action. This is where self-discipline comes in, not as punishment, but as the quiet strength guiding us to rise above old habits, maintain persistence, and turn even the smallest steps into steady progress. Lesson 3, discipline is liberation. Discipline is the bridge between desire and destiny. It does not wait for inspiration. It drives us to act the moment a decision is made. Discipline is not punishment. It is the permission we give ourselves to overcome bad habits, cultivate patience, and maintain daily perseverance. Each disciplined choice builds confidence, inner peace, and consistency. It frees us from procrastination, complaining, and becomes a tool for inner liberation, transforming daily effort into the foundation of enduring freedom and lasting strength. Discipline is not punishment. It's permission. Permission to rise above old habits, to surpass the inertia that keeps us trapped in repetitive cycles. Imagine your mind as a garden. Without tending it daily, weeds of distraction, doubt, and procrastination will choke out the seeds of growth. Discipline is the daily watering, the gentle weeding, the consistent sunlight that ensures your inner garden flourishes. It begins with the simple act of showing up for yourself. You don't wait for inspiration, for the perfect mood, or the perfect conditions. You move because you have decided to move. Each action, even when it feels small or invisible, compounds over time into an unstoppable momentum. It's in brushing off resistance, keeping promises to yourself, and following through even when no one applauds that your true freedom emerges. Discipline is the quiet fire that transforms desire into reality. When you commit to the process, you stop bargaining with your weaknesses and start building habits that serve your higher self. This is not about perfection, it's about persistence. Each time you push through discomfort, each time you resist the temptation to settle for less, you strengthen the invisible backbone of your life, your resilience. Through discipline, clarity is born. Chaos in life may roar, but your mind remains a calm harbor. Decisions become easier, priorities sharper, and actions aligned. Discipline teaches you that inner peace is not granted by circumstances. It is cultivated through consistent effort. It allows you to reclaim your power so that no fleeting distraction, emotional upheaval, or external pressure can sway your course. And perhaps most importantly, discipline is liberation. It frees you from the chains of regret, the trap of procrastination, and the burden of unfulfilled potential. By committing to disciplined action, you no longer drift aimlessly. Instead, each day becomes a deliberate step toward your vision. It is the scaffolding that supports your dreams, the invisible hand guiding you toward your higher purpose, and the bridge connecting who you are now to who you are becoming. When we embrace discipline as liberation, it transforms from a task into a practice of self-love. Each choice to act, each habit maintained, is a declaration: I am capable, I am worthy, I honor the life I am building. It reminds us that freedom is not external. It is cultivated inside, through every deliberate choice we make. So today, as we step forward from speaking with power, let us anchor ourselves in discipline. Let each action, no matter how small, affirm that we are architects of our destiny. And in this sacred practice of daily commitment, we discover that true liberation is not just a goal, it is the way we live each moment. And after embracing the liberation that discipline brings, we step into a deeper truth, realizing that I am the cause, not the effect. This isn't just a mantra to repeat, it's a way of reclaiming the authorship of your life. Every time we point a finger at circumstances, at other people, or at fate itself, we surrender a piece of our inner power. But when we accept that we are the origin point of our thoughts, actions, and results, a remarkable transformation begins. Being the cause means choosing your mindset intentionally, setting your momentum deliberately, and sculpting the path forward with clarity and purpose. It's the difference between drifting through life, reacting to every wave of circumstance, and moving with a calm authority that shapes the world around you. Imagine no longer waiting for permission, for perfect conditions, or for someone else's approval. Every decision you make, every action you take, becomes the declaration of your sovereignty. When you live as the cause, procrastination loses its grip. Doubt no longer dominates your choices. Even failure becomes a lesson, not a chain. You learn to act before clarity arrives, trusting that action itself illuminates the path. You don't wait for motivation to strike like lightning from the sky. You generate it with focus, consistency, and intention. Your energy precedes your words, and your choices echo long after you leave a room. This is living in radical responsibility. It is freedom because nothing outside of you can cancel what is already yours unless you allow it. The moment you stop blaming circumstances or people, you reclaim all of your power. Every thought becomes a seed, every habit a tool, every decision a statement of your intent. When you fully embody this, you are unstoppable. You don't merely react, you create. You don't hope for breakthroughs, you become one. Living as the cause transforms the way you interact with the world. Challenges no longer intimidate, setbacks no longer discourage. You become the eye of your own storm, calm, clear, and centered. You realize that the world doesn't hand out victories. It responds to presence, focus, and alignment. And so, by embracing that I am the cause, not the effect, you awaken a force within yourself that is undeniable, unshakable, and entirely yours. After embracing that we are the cause, not the effect, a subtle yet profound realization arises. Some of the heaviest burdens we carry are self-imposed, and many of them dim the light within us. Today we move into the practice of letting go of everything that weakens our inner light. This is not a call to abandon what we love, nor is it an act of resentment. It is a deliberate, mindful clearing of the space inside us so that our presence can shine without obstruction. Consider the relationships, habits, and thought patterns that quietly drain your energy. Often we cling to them simply because they are familiar, not because they nourish us. To let go is not to sever indiscriminately. It is to respect the sanctity of your own inner clarity. It is to choose peace over chaos, presence over distraction, and authenticity over obligation. Each time we release the weight of outdated expectations, guilt, comparison, or toxic environments, the mind feels lighter, the heart stronger, and the intuition sharper. Letting go is both an act of courage and love for oneself. It requires the honesty to recognize what no longer serves you, the discipline to remove it without drama, and the gentleness to forgive yourself for having held on to it too long. Every release, no matter how small, is a reclamation of your energy. Imagine walking through your day without the lingering shadows of resentment or fear, without invisible chains that slow your steps or cloud your judgment. The world feels brighter because your internal light is unobstructed. It is important to remember. Letting go does not mean erasing memories or forgetting lessons. Instead, it is about releasing attachment, relinquishing the habitual mental patterns that cloud perception, and creating a fertile ground for clarity, peace, and joy to grow. When we honor this process, our inner light becomes a beacon, not just for ourselves, but for everyone we touch. As you cultivate this practice, notice how every choice becomes intentional. You begin to distinguish between what elevates your spirit and what dims it. Boundaries are no longer restrictions. They are declarations of self-respect. Every act of letting go strengthens your presence, making your mind more lucid, your emotions more balanced, and your day more aligned with purpose. Gradually, this creates an internal harmony that radiates outward, transforming ordinary moments into spaces of profound peace and presence. By letting go of everything that weakens your light, you invite clarity, strength, and serenity into your life. You discover that the path to freedom is not always through accumulation, but often through release. Each choice to release, each act of courage, amplifies the luminosity of your being. And in this luminous space, life unfolds not as a series of reactions, but as a deliberate, mindful creation of peace, balance, and joy. Now, after we have let go of everything that dims our inner light, let us step into Lesson 6. Today I honor the power I bring. Today we begin with clarity and intention, ready to recognize and honor the power we carry into every moment of the day. This is not about showing off, but a conscious act, fully aligned with our true selves. A way of living where our own energy shapes the environment around us and influences everyone we encounter. Imagine starting your day with a sunrise in your heart, free from the burdens of the past or anxieties about the future. Each inhale connects you to your inner power, and each exhale serves as a reminder that you are fully responsible for the energy you bring into the world. Whether you walk into the office, cross the street, or talk with loved ones, your presence is not about seeking attention or asking permission to exist. It is a silent declaration. The energy I bring is real, strong, and undeniable. Honoring your own power also means letting go of comparison. Often we think others are more accomplished, stronger, or more influential. Yet the truth is, your inner strength is unique and cannot be replicated. Recognizing your own value and influence allows you not only to master your own energy, but also to become a quiet source of inspiration for others. Imagine walking through a day with deep confidence that your energy and intention naturally guide your surroundings. You'll notice the world changing, not because anyone praises you, but because you are living in alignment with your true self. This lesson reminds us that the power we carry is not determined by external circumstances. You don't wait for miracles or ideal conditions. Instead, you create opportunities and supportive environments through your energy and resolve. When every decision is made consciously and with self-respect, you realize there is no need to force yourself or compromise your true nature to please others. Every action is a step forward, every word is a spark, and every moment is an opportunity to affirm your inner power. Consider starting the day with a small ritual. Take a few moments to sense the energy you carry. Look in the mirror, breathe deeply, and say to yourself, I honor the power I bring. Simple, yet profound. It reminds you that your energy is a tool, a treasure, a gift. No one can dim your light unless you allow it, and no one can define your power but you. Finally, honoring your power is not just about personal energy. It's also how you connect with others. When you move through the world with quiet confidence and deep awareness, you create a field of positive energy, spreading calm, encouragement, and inspiration to everyone you encounter. You become a calm center amid chaos, a place where others can find balance and renewed energy. Let today be the day you walk, speak, and act with your inner authority. No complaints, no blame, no unnecessary self-diminishing, just a harmonious blend of awareness, intention, and true strength. Because when you honor the power you bring, the entire day bows to you, reflecting back your positive energy and guiding you along the path you have chosen. Today we arrive at the final morning awakening, realizing that the energy you carry within shapes the world you see outside. Think of your mind as a mirror. When it is cluttered, chaotic, or anxious, the world appears uncertain and unsteady. When your mind is clear, calm, and centered, your surroundings begin to fall into order naturally. Attitude always outweighs circumstance. Two people may face the same challenge, yet the way they respond completely changes the outcome. One sees obstacles, the other sees opportunities. One lets fear dictate action, the other lets intention guide each step. Your inner energy, how you think, how you act, how you show up, sets the tone for every interaction, every decision, every encounter throughout the day. Every morning offers a fresh start. You are not bound by yesterday's worries or mistakes. Each sunrise is an invitation to begin again, to cultivate clarity, and to consciously choose the energy you will carry forward. When your energy is positive, it opens doors and attracts possibilities. When it is negative, it closes them, often before you even realize it. Living consciously equals living freely. By noticing what you think, what you say, and what you project into the world, you reclaim the reins of your life. Your energy becomes a tool, a compass, and a force that influences not only your own experience, but also the environment and people around you. So today, pause for a moment and tune into the energy within. Ask yourself, am I bringing light, calm, and intention, or am I carrying chaos and doubt? By choosing awareness and mindful energy, you step into a life where your inner world truly directs the outer world. As we close this journey through the 7 awakenings, take a moment to let the resonance settle within you. These 7 lessons are more than words. They are activations, gentle sparks meant to ignite the strength already lying dormant inside. Each morning, each breath, each thought becomes a choice to reclaim your presence, to release what no longer serves you, to act with discipline, to honor the light within, and to move with intention through life. Notice how powerful it feels when you understand that nothing outside you dictates your energy. True strength flows from conscious decisions, the words you speak, and the presence you carry into every space. Pain transforms into clarity. Discipline becomes liberation. Letting go is not loss. It is gaining back your center. This is the rhythm of Zen in daily life, the quiet, profound understanding that your inner state reflects in the world around you. When you embrace this, every interaction becomes a mirror, every challenge a teacher, and every day an opportunity to consciously sculpt your life. Imagine stepping into tomorrow carrying this energy, undaunted, aware, luminous. What would happen if every word you spoke, every action you took, radiated from this inner strength? The world would not change overnight, but you would. And your transformation, subtle yet unstoppable, would ripple outward, touching everyone you meet. I invite you now, commit to one small action today that honors these truths. Comment below with one choice you will make, one intention you will set, or one way you will shine your light. Share it with this community and let it anchor your energy for the days ahead. In the next videos, we will explore how to deepen these activations, turning inner awareness into consistent, unstoppable living. Promise yourself this: the power you seek is not somewhere out there. It is already yours, waiting to be claimed. Step into it, own it, and watch as life bows gently to your presence.